Okay, this is video three. This is a video I've thought about doing for a little bit, but I never got around to it till now because other things kept popping up and they came first, I guess. But I always meant to do this video. Sadly, we lost Kirstie Alley in 2022. She was born in 1951, so she was 71 at the time of her death. Okay, so she got the name Alley from she married her high school sweetheart Bob Alley, and they were married for 6 or 7 years. And then she made her debut on TV 1979. So 2028, 27. She was on Match Game, a game show, and she was one of the contestants that got the super match, which means she made a lot of money. Which back in 1979 is a lot of money compared to today's money. Okay, so that's how she got noticed or whatever. And then her next role was on Cheers, the huge show, with Ted Danson, Shelley Long, Rhea Perlman, and George Wendt. Um, and Shelley Long played Diane, the main character, one of the two main characters, and of course, Ted Danson played Sam Malone. So the thing is that they were paired together because opposites attract. He was a very fun-loving guy, smart, street smart, very people smart, and she was very book smart. She went to college and she had a degree, but she didn't know how to do anything. So she was book smart with no practical knowledge, if you want to put it that way. So they made a good team, but they wrote the characters or they wrote the couple like they hated each other. So it was like on again, off again. And really, when they got together, like everyone else says, and I believe it's true that when you have two characters that are male and female, the debate is okay, are they going to get together and how long is it going to take? And if they do get together, it's basically the kiss of death for the characters because once you get them together, like, okay, once you get them together, how long are they going to stay together? And once you get them married, you're basically done with that part of it because what else can you do, right? So, all right. So then what happened is Shelley Long was on there for 5 years. And from 1982, I'd say, to 1987. And then Kirstie Alley took over the next year and continued through the run of the series, and she played Rebecca Howe. Now, she said in the interviews that she didn't want to play just like she was trying to copy Diane. She wanted it to be a completely different character. So whereas Diane kind of played it off to where she didn't want him, Rebecca or Kirstie Alley played it the complete opposite way, where she was flirting with him all the time, and she just said basically she was out, like really outspoken and like, do you want to have sex? Stuff like that immediately. And it's been said that fans loved her character because not only did she play the complete opposite of what they thought she was going to play, but she was really funny, which is very good in a comedy because that's what you want. So then after that ended, she got into movies, and of course she did the Look Who's Talking series, Look Who's Talking 2, and Look Who's Talking Now with John Travolta. And John Travolta was very big in the 80s and 70s and 80s because of Staying Alive, Saturday Night Fever, all that things. So he was already a known name. Whereas Kirstie Alley came from Wichita, Kansas to LA. So she's also known, like, I consider her a success story because she came from, you know, not nowhere, but like, you don't consider you're going to go to Hollywood from Kansas. So she came from Wichita, Kansas to Hollywood in a short span of time. I mean, we're talking 10 years from being discovered on Match Game to, and then being on Cheers and everything. That was basically 3 major events in 10 years. So I consider that pretty fast. So anyway, the Look Who's Talking movies started in 1989, and then they went to 1992, and then 1994, 1995. Um, and of course, they surpassed the characters. And also, you have to understand that the baby was voiced by Bruce Willis, and other all the characters were voices because there were little kids and babies and toddlers. And the major other characters were her sister or her best friend was played by Twink Kaplan. And then, uh, of course, there was John Travolta. And then he had a best friend, but I forget who he's played by. But anyway. And then so they meet, and she's pregnant by another man, married man, but they get to be friends, her and John Travolta's characters. And of course, they fall in love, but she's fighting it. She doesn't want to be in love with him, but they fall in love, get married, and of course, they have another baby, Molly. Or she's Molly, they have another baby, a baby girl, voiced by Roseanne Barr before she was Roseanne for the TV show. Yeah. And then also she did other ones too, other movies. She did It Takes Two with the Olsen twins and Steve Guttenberg. Yeah. So yeah, I would say that she had a pretty good career. And then also, I forgot for a second, she did Veronica's Closet. She played Veronica, but then she also played opposite Brooke Shields. So I mean, to be in Hollywood for 20 something years, like 20 years, and to have that much success, and I'm not even covering everything that's on her IMDb. Um, yeah, I consider that a success story. So there's my little ode to Kirstie Alley.